appreciate everybody here. I was invited by my mayor, who invited me here and said, you got to come out and say, sir, I've been knowing her. I see her everywhere. This is my boo. You know what I'm saying? So I see her everywhere. But I am, I'll say this, I'm a businesswoman. I own a staffing company, but I own multi-businesses. I'm not going to talk about financial. I've been a millionaire twice.
Oh, wow.
And I lost it twice. Okay? And so the first time I sold my first company, I was 25, I made 2.5 million. And so when I got my first company, but everything I did, God had prospered my hand. And I'll say it like that. But I learned through the process. You know what I'm saying? Because when they came knocking on my door and down this road with my 5-bedroom house and said, is your mama there? My mama said, that's her house. That's how I knew God was working. But as I kept going on, I didn't understand, because when you're young like that, you spend money, you spend money, you spend money. You know what I'm saying? Don't know, remember the money got to keep coming in. You know what I'm saying? You got to keep making it. So on my last business that I have now, which is Dempsey Staffing, my nephew, I didn't realize when they was going out looking for jobs, right? They're going out looking for jobs, and they were sitting in these places that was supposed to be for jobs that was not African American. I'll put it that way. And I kept saying, you lying. They not, you're just not looking. So one day I went with them. 5 o'clock in the morning, sitting there. They kept passing them up. They would hire all the Spanish, but they was hiring no blacks. My nephew went by himself the next day, ended up getting killed. He got killed for looking for a job.
Ooh.
So at that point, I said, enough is enough. And that's what I worked myself. I got Dempsey Staffing going. I began to start working in the black community. I got 500 blacks. I started working with the incarcerated. I started working with the secondhand. I started knocking on doors about Black Work Matters. And I started being an advocate. I've been an advocate. I've been out here in political fields all the time. But this time I had to see the other side of the political field. So I began to use my resources, and every time she's like, some people say, I see you everywhere political, because I'm there to make a difference and make a voice for my people. At the end of the day, you're going to either hire us or we're going to make a difference. So I knocked on all those company doors. I knocked on all those company doors. Then we became, y'all seen those shirts as Black Work Matters. You know what I'm saying? I was a part of that too, because it does matter. They want our resources, but they don't want to hire us. They want us to do this, but they don't want to hire us. So I was a survivor of that, but then I started working in campaigns. I worked with Maria Peppersis. I worked at Tony Barker. I even told Andrew, I would give them advice, stop being consultants to the justice system. Because guess what? If you don't stand up, then don't complain. If you don't vote, then don't complain. Because it takes each one to reach one. You cannot say that, you know, all these organizations that's doing good, they don't want to give us the money. Then we need to go and start getting the money for these nonprofits. Because they'll give it to somebody who they know, but they won't give it to you. And you have a proven record. So I am that voice, I am that fighter. If you need somebody to knock on doors, I ain't hard to find. Okay, I fight. I likes to fight. As my brother said, I likes to fight. And I got 50 brothers, by the way. You have to be a girl. So that's another story. But yeah, but I just want to say I'm a survivor. I want everybody to know that this is not the end of your road. It's the beginning of a new chapter in your life. You know what I'm saying? So I'm here today, like I said, on behalf of the Sisters in the Hood and Angela Patterson. Come on out. And then I ran into my sister, right? Everywhere she go, I told her, I'll support you. You know what I'm saying? And I'm a big knock on the doors, because just like when they did that library, they said the library wasn't going to get built over here in Broadview. Talk about that addition. We walked on doors and got the referendum. Now I'm a trustee at the library. Ain't that right?
Okay. Hallelujah.
And that's it. My story, hot mess.
Right back at you.
That's wonderful. Wonderful.